Greetings, good afternoon, good evening, and we greet you all. This is the U Voice. Again, we just want to apologize for coming in on late. We had some technical problems that are sorted, but we appreciate you so much for your patience and for being there to stay tuned on every Saturday. It's always a pleasure, and we appreciate you so much for the time that you spare to watch us. Remember, this is the U Voice, and we bring it up to you, current affairs in Uganda, in the diaspora, and the world, in Africa, because we believe in being Pan-Africans. So we bring to you the latest news, the latest updates in sports, economy, world, kingdoms, culture, research, study, politics. We are versatile, and we remind you that it's your voice, so we will engage you on. Today, my co-host Judy is not with us here physically, but she is with us in spirit, and she's doing great work behind the scenes. So I just want to appreciate you all for coming in. It's going to be a wonderful show, so thank you so much. Stay tuned, and we are having wonderful guests today. I have two gentlemen clad in red berets, and you know what red means. So we have these two gentlemen, and I'll introduce them to you, all of you. I'll begin with Derek here. Derek, it's nice to have you on the show.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Nice to be here today. Thank you so much, AITV and U Voice. Thank you for hosting me today.
Yes, Derek, I want you to tell the people where you have been and what you do in the NUP and why you're here today briefly, and introduce yourself to the people, and let's go on.
Yes, thank you so much. Well, my name, like you just said, my name is Derek Mobiru, and I'm the Assistant NUP People Power Representative here in the Greater Boston chapter, which covers New England. And we are being headed by Madame Dorothy Stewart, who is our chapter leader, and then I'm the assistant. At the same time, I come in as the chairperson or the lead organizer of the upcoming retreat. Call it a conference, or you can also call it a convention for People Power / NUP. So I'm here, sir, in those kind of categories, but I wouldn't want to really focus so much on the titles, because as NUP, we are the perfect alternative to the governance of Uganda, and we are more focused into service delivery than the titles. We never work with what we are so used to back home of do you know who I am? That kind of rhetoric and trying to create self-importance is not really part of us, but rather deliver services to our communities. So I'm happy to be serving in those two positions right now, sir.
Yeah, very wonderful to have you. We are honored to have you, sir, here. Last time I had the president of the NUP, Bobby Wine, saying that we are not the opposition, but we are the option. So I like that. We are not the opposition, but we are the option. Very wonderful to have you, Derek. And all the way from Washington, we also have another charismatic young man, an activist, and a very brilliant and vibrant activist and NUP supporter, and a leader also all the way from Washington, and Subuga, Tony, Massachusetts. You're welcome. Greet the viewers, and let's get rolling.
Thank you very much, David, the host of the show, and thank you very much, Derek, for joining the team tonight. My name is Tony Subuga, aka Massachusetts, and I'm based here in Washington, D.C. I am in the MDV chapter. I serve as chapter spokesperson, and we are doing really great. Tonight, I'm here on behalf of the activists around the globe, and I'm very privileged to be part of the show. Thank you.
Wow, thank you so much, Subuga, Massachusetts. Thank you so much. We are humbled and we are privileged to have you on the show. Yeah, so I'll begin with you, Derek.
Yes.
Yeah, we all know about the sad happenings, the unfortunate arrest, kidnap that happened to Lumbuye. What are the updates that you have? We know that all of you people in the diaspora and different chapters, different people, change-loving Ugandans have been doing everything they can, from demonstration, tweeting, all that. So what updates do you have? Where is Lumbuye? What can you tell the viewers about Lumbuye's whereabouts?
Thank you so much. It's such a great question at this point in time. It's very unfortunate that one of our colleagues, Lumbuye, is missing. And it's very unfortunate, again, that someone claims to be having Lumbuye extradited. A full minister comes out to tell us how and what time Lumbuye will appear at the airport, almost collected all journalists to go and pick up Lumbuye. Unfortunately, up to today, he cannot really tell us where Lumbuye is, and he goes to Parliament's committee to deny the words that he spoke on camera. That is very unfortunate. But what I can say to the viewers is that honestly, no one knows where Lumbuye is. This is the honest truth. No one knows where Lumbuye is. We can only do what we can do in the search for Lumbuye's whereabouts. But before I get there, I would like first of all to thank everyone who has done whatever they can to save the life of Lumbuye. From donations that have been collected to see to it that Lumbuye's purported lawyer, because that's the fee, the purported lawyer claimed to need to release our colleague Lumbuye. We come to look for Lumbuye not because we really 100% agree with what Lumbuye has been representing, but we come to see one of a Ugandan comrade who has been living a life of finding the truth, or trying to bring out the truth of what the junta is trying to impose onto Ugandans. And for that matter, we are coming in to see to it that Lumbuye, as an individual, gets his rights be observed, you know. And as Ugandans, I really appreciate for coming out to raise these funds. But one thing I can say right now is that we need some kind of information. We need to fill the gaps, because if someone just comes out to say, give us the money, I'm a lawyer representing Lumbuye, give me the money and I'm going to bring Lumbuye to you. For anyone who is who has gone to school in a way, or who has some sane kind of mind, needs to ask some questions. You do not just come to me to tell me, give me the money and I'll present so and so, without any kind of detailed deliberations on how you're bringing this person. Secondly, where is this person? Because you're trying to tell me you can show me Lumbuye when I give you the money, but you do not have control to show me Lumbuye before I give you the money. I do not want to have Lumbuye for me to give you the money. All I'm looking for is for you to show me you have control over Lumbuye. You have the powers to give me Lumbuye. In that way, you should be able to show me some kind of evidence that you are in control. You have either you choose any one of us to take to show us where Lumbuye is, or shoot a video while you're with Lumbuye. Let Lumbuye tell us that you are holding him, because this will be holding him in a way. This was an abduction. This is not an arrest, because in any way, if we are following the law, Lumbuye should be in a known designated place where everyone can go see him or access him. He should be able to access his lawyers. He should be able to access his family, and his friends as well, and people who care about him. But this is not the case right here. No one shows us that they have power or control over Lumbuye. And then one purported lawyer comes out to ask for money, exorbitant money. I want to know if this lawyer has really participated in any kind of transaction, or he's a high-profile lawyer that cases he's been handling has been in this kind of range of monies that he can come out to ask. So that given aside, because we have the money is not now the problem, but the issue is we can't lose both. We can't lose Lumbuye, and again we lose the money, because everyone who has tried to collect these donations want to know, yes, we are giving you the money, we have it, it's not a problem, but can you show us at least any kind of either voice note or a picture, not even a picture that, hey, this is the guy I'm trying to save, you know? But all we know, we can justify right now, is that Lumbuye, if he's still alive, he's not in Uganda. That one we can prove, because the way Ugandan authorities get so excited at this time, plus what Mr. Oryem, Okello Oryem said on camera, and then goes to the parliament to deny what he said, clearly it's clear indicator that they do not also have control over Lumbuye's saga.
Oh, thank you so much, Derek. Very, very, very interesting debate and conversation there. I want to bring you in on Nsubuga, Tony. In Nsubuga, you are one of the people, if not, you are the only person who has been protesting and going to Washington and to the Turkish consulate by yourself for many days, day after day. I want to ask you a question. Why do you do this, and why is the fuss about Lumbuye? Because we see there has been many political prisoners in Uganda, but we have not seen you go to the streets to demand for their release and leave your work. Why the fuss? You people in the diaspora, aren't you not making a big fuss about Lumbuye? Who is Lumbuye, and why the fuss about Lumbuye? Fred Kajubi.
Thank you very much, David. First of all, I just need to remind you that as the diaspora, we have always looked out for our comrades. We are the true definition of our brother's keeper. We have demanded for freedom of so many comrades that have been released, plus those that are still in custody. If you really remember very well, when His Excellency Bobi Wine, His Excellency Robert Kyagulanyi Ssentamu was arrested in Arua, the entire world came out and demanded for his freedom. When so many other comrades, I don't want to mention names because there are those I would leave out, and it may cause another kind of rhetoric amongst our opposers. But we have always looked out for our brothers. We demanded for Nubian Lee, we demanded for even the list members that are known to this world. We've demanded. It's not a fuse or a matter to be considered at this point that we are demanding for the whereabouts of Lumbuye Fred. And like like Derek said, we look out for our brothers. Matters aside of whether Fred Lumbuye's programs were at it to the struggle or not, he's a Ugandan. And as Ugandans in the diaspora and those in Uganda, we ought to put Uganda first, because that's the message President Robert Kyagulanyi is putting forward apparently, that as we look to evacuate, to receive refugees from Afghanistan, what about Ugandans? For years, for over 3 decades, we have looked down on Ugandans, and we tend to bring refugees as a central point in everything. But here we are as NUP, we are looking out for our brothers and sisters all over the world. Now, Fred Lumbuye did really had a lot of strengths in his programs. And there are those people who think he probably attacked a few. But nonetheless, the main point right now is his freedom. I want to remind you about a scenario. We all know who Sipapa is, and we know what Sipapa did. One of the scenarios I'm going to quote is that time when he attacked NUP officers and shot at NUP supporters. When Sipapa was arrested, fortunately he was arrested, but our NUP comrades are only kidnapped and abducted. when Sipapa was arrested, the president of NUP, the president of Uganda-elect, His Excellency Robert Kyagulanyi Ssentamu, was one of those people that came out, if not the only one that came out and demanded justice for Sipapa. So I want us to understand that looking out for our brothers is a norm in NUP. It's our priority to look out for our people, and we are saying Uganda first. So every time I walk out of my door and go to the Turkish embassy to demand for the whereabouts of our brother Fred Lumbuye. It's not just for Lumbuye; it's for every Ugandan. If you roll back and listen to my message, it's about freeing political prisoners, abductees, and kidnappees, not just Fred Lumbuye. Now, why I go to the Turkish embassy, to be specific, is because for over 8 years, Fred Lumbuye was an asylee in the Turkish government. I mean, in the Turkish territory. Therefore, everything to do with Fred Lumbuye's disappearance and arrest and kidnap is totally Turkish concern. And therefore, if I want to know anything about Fred Lumbuye, the first option or my priority should be the Turkish embassy. I need them to look into the matter. I need them to investigate, and also remind them of the Khashoggi incident, because we go to these streets mainly to ensure that we prevent another Khashoggi incident from happening to our brother Fred Lumbuye. Thank you very much, David.
Thank you so much, Tony, for that very, very elaborate update that you have given unto us. Derek, back to you.
Yes.
In just a minute or two, what are some of the steps that you as leaders in the NUP have taken, very briefly, some of the steps you have taken to see that you secure Lumbuye's freedom?
Thank you so much, David. One is we've managed to get the contributions. We have contributed ourselves, and we have also managed to collect these contributions from the public, the well-wishers, Lumbuye fans, and family. And we have also secured these contributions. Right now, we are in a challenge of someone claiming to need the money to produce Lumbuye, but we are also asking to show us the control over Lumbuye's release if we give you the money. But right now, we cannot stop demanding for Lumbuye. We cannot stop looking for Lumbuye. Wherever he is, we will not relent as we try to pursue his whereabouts. We will find Lumbuye. That one we can guarantee, dead or alive. Either the Ugandan government, through the minister that came out to claim they have Lumbuye, wherever they put him or they have him or whatever contacts they have or abductions they did, we will claim they will have to produce Lumbuye. Still, the Turkish government too. Right now, we're organizing a demonstration, a second demonstration to the Turkish embassy on Tuesday. That is next week on Tuesday. We are heading to the Turkish embassy. We were there about a week ago, and I think maybe they didn't hear us very well. And this time we are going back in full swing. We presented to the Turkish ambassador a document which we haven't received a response. He claimed he had to send it back to Ankara and then give us a response, which we haven't received. But one thing I realized is that they know, right now they know who Lumbuye is. And Lumbuye's story is on their radar. So whatever the government of Uganda is doing, Turkish embassy, Turkish government right now has interest in this case, because they clearly see that Khashoggi's scenario may be replicated into the Lumbuye, and right now they are very interested in knowing what is going around with Lumbuye. Because I would give you with evidence that the last time we approached the Turkish ambassador, his question was, but who is Lumbuye? Why? Because of the kind of pressure that an interest of stakeholders right now that have come up to show interest about Lumbuye's saga. Besides, even the government itself, I'm wondering really why they really have to do whatever they are doing, the government of Uganda. Why make Lumbuye so much of a big issue at this point? So they've put themselves in a situation where it is now open. I mean, we have to demand for Lumbuye they have to show us where Lumbuye is. Dead or alive, the government of Uganda will have to produce Lumbuye, and we are going to demand for Lumbuye until we get to know exactly where Lumbuye is.
Wow, thank you so much, Derek. As we wind up with this segment, Tony, what's your final message concerning Lumbuye's demand and to the Ugandans in the diaspora and Ugandans back home regarding to Lumbuye's search and efforts to look for and to demand for his freedom? What's your final message to the Ugandans in the diaspora and back home concerning the Lumbuye issue before we shift gears to the upcoming NUP retreat?
Thank you very much, David. Please, before I send my message to fellow diaspora members, I want to add on the question, compliment on the question you just asked, Derek, about what we are doing to get Lumbuye's freedom justified. Now, one of the things we do apart from contributions from the fellow diaspora members, we have also reached out to the Turkish embassies around the globe. You must have noticed that all our countries that have representatives from Turkey, our Ugandan diasporans have reached out to those ambassadors, and they have demanded. For those that didn't know, they have actually put it forward to them to understand the political environment in Uganda. We have also reached out to international human rights organizations like the United Nations Council for Refugees, Amnesty International. We have also reached out to the UN. We have reached out to the European Union. We've written to them, and we've notified them that the all along kidnaps and abductions that we've tried to put forward that are happening in Uganda, they have actually crossed borders. And right now, all government critics are afraid for their lives because it has started in Turkey. Lumbuye was kidnapped, and we don't know his whereabouts. And we have also reached the State Department. Why the State Department, yet Lumbuye was abducted in Turkey, is because the State Department has a hand in the affairs of Uganda on behalf of the United States. So we are telling them, the State Department, World Bank, and IMF, that the monies you send to the dictator in Uganda are actually being used to kidnap, abduct, and brutalize Ugandans. And it has now escalated from just Uganda to across borders. And we are asking them, should refugees start worrying for their safety? And yes, we are doing all this. Now, my last message to our fellow members in the diaspora, first of all, I want to thank you. Thank you very much for all you're doing. Those that had the call and contributed and mobilized towards the freedom of Fred Lumbuye, thank you very much. But I need to tell you this, that Fred Lumbuye is one of the thousands of political prisoners, abductees, and kidnappees that are still missing. And we can use the Fred Lumbuye incident to revive our force towards demanding freedom for all other political prisoners that are back in Uganda. One last thing I need to tell you is if you're comfortable about the disappearance of Fred Lumbuye, my brother, my sister, I need to let you know that this is the beginning of the regime's move to silence all government critics. So if you think it's not safe in Turkey, and maybe that's why Fred Lumbuye was kidnapped, just get to know that if you play silent about Lumbuye's kidnap, it's coming all over the world, and no one will be safe. So we need to stand up and raise our voices, speak up for our brother Fred Lumbiye. Thank you very much, David.
Wow, thank you so much, Tony. Very, very encouraging message from you to the people in the diaspora and people back home. We're going to go for a short break, but before we do that, the number to call on when we come back, we want you to be part of this conversation. The number is 978-413-6249. You're going to call in, ask your questions, be part of this conversation, contribute. Remember to be civil and sane. We're coming back after this very short break.
You are watching AI TV. AI TV, connecting the diaspora. You are watching AI TV.
Welcome back from that short break, and it's nice to always have you on. Derek, back to you again.
Yes.
Now we want to talk about the NUP. I heard and I've been reading and checking out updates and news, and you people you're organizing a massive first ever NUP Diaspora Retreat. Tell us about the purpose of the retreat. What's the purpose?
Yes, thank you so much, David. I'm excited to talk about that because that's now my area of really a lot of interest and expertise, because when it comes to bringing our people together, yes, that's fun to me. So yes, we're coming up with NUP People Power Diaspora Retreat. You can call it a conference or a convention, as most people are used to, but we are so interested in calling it a retreat because we are stepping back to see how can we re-energize ourselves. How can we rejuvenate? How can we evaluate what we have gone through, and then the way forward? So we have a theme, strategy for sustainability. We feel that we've done what we were supposed to do, and we feel that there is a few gaps probably we can patch up. As you all know, NUP and People Power won the presidency in Uganda, but because the use of a gun and might tried to shadow people's voices, but maybe someday we will come to appear like Zambia today, because we are now more enlightened, and thanks to His Excellency Robert Kyagulanyi Ssentamu to come up to really open up eyes of many of us, and you've seen where how this happened. This was not even this wasn't an election. This was more of a war zone.
Exactly, that's what I was coming to, because your critics say that you're trying to console yourself after losing an election, a very heated election.
Yes.
Is it not a consolation gathering to?
Yes, one, if you really want to call it a loss, everyone will have to look at you and think of the way you look at things and how you really the brain works. But if you really walked through the stages of this process to the election, because election comes one day to wake up to go and take the vote, but there is a process that you go through. But if we really look back to see how this process was, I doubt if any normal Ugandan with a sane mind can call this an election, where we had our principal needed to have a vest, a bulletproof vest with a helmet. This is something that is unheard of anywhere in the world, having a presidential candidate with the aim of going through the election process, and then they have to don a bulletproof and a helmet. This is a war zone. This was a war zone. However, it did not stop people from understanding what to do or even getting the message that His Excellency Robert Kyagulanyi Ssentamu was delivering. And they went on the voting day. Still, they did what they had to do. But you saw, the announcing of the counting of the election. You saw the ballot staffing. You saw all those kind of things that were done. They were on camera. We have them up to today. And then the person who comes to announce the win of whoever they purport to be a winner, they don't have any records. They do not show where whatever they're announcing is coming from. Up to today, if there is any sane Ugandan, show me what results that detail by detail, using those forms, the DR forms, to show where Museveni got the votes that they declared he got. Or even those they claim that Kyagulanyi won, let them show us those declaration forms. That apart, we are coming together as Uganda. Aside, we are coming together as Ugandans who think that we did what we had to do, come together and deliberate on one. We need to know, to evaluate what we went through. How did we get to where we are? And then we need to know, how can we sustain ourselves? We need to deliberate on the way forward. We need to also congratulate ourselves for the win and a few achievements that we managed to secure. It's not all gotten, yes. We haven't reached there, yes. But any kind of success deserves a token of a celebration. And we are hoping to come together to see that at least we can congratulate ourselves. We have never met since the election. We were coming to people to ask them for support, resources. The government in Uganda claimed there were white people donating or trying to support or bringing money to Mr. Kyagulanyi. But yes, us who were the white people, we are coming out to say, yes, we did what we had to do. And yes, we were able to secure, at least legitimately, they can recognize NUP that it has the majority opposition MPs in the parliament, and even other leaders in the local government. So we want to celebrate that as well. But the most of it all, we want to strategize for sustainability. We need to program ourselves to see how we can get ahead of where we are today, rejuvenate ourselves, trying to collect ourselves, put ourselves together, and then forge the way forward.
So who is invited for this occasion? Because some time back we saw the principal, the President Bobi Wine, come to the US, and he met only with a few leaders, and this left many supporters confused and disgruntled. So today, who is invited? Is it for you, the leaders and the delegates, or who is invited? Is it for the general public?
Thank you so much, David. Yes, today, this time on this event, every Ugandan seeking change, every change-seeking Ugandan is invited. And we appreciate the hotel, that is Boston Burlington in Marriott. I want to recollect the clear name to this hotel. It's Boston Marriott in Burlington. Yes. So we want to appreciate that hotel that has given us the venue for us to gather, and we really call upon all change-seeking Ugandans to come join us, and we will have to have just a little donation, which is $200 to cover for the meals and the space. We are going to enjoy this 3 days retreat. I want to mention that it's a 3 days retreat starting on the September 24th through September 26th. And then September 24th, we are planning to have a demonstration in New York but we will still gather here in Boston. For people in New York and close by states and cities, they can go directly to New York, UN headquarters. And for people who are coming to join join us on the retreat, can come to Boston, and we will start our journey from Boston and then head to New York. So after New York demonstration, we will come back to Boston Marriott Hotel in Burlington, and we have our second day of the retreat, which will have engagements on a number of deliberations that will help us to really motivate, teach ourselves, encourage ourselves, reward ourselves, and then forge the way forward. This is the time to collect opinions and knowledge from different people, and then other kind of options that we can think of on how we can take on the government. And thereafter, the 25th, we can also go in the evening. We can have a boat cruise that will enable us then to have some bit of fun on the boat. That will also take about $180 for cover. And I think some people thought it's quite an amount that is debatable, but things are quite expensive given the COVID times. We booked all these spaces for in just a closed time. We didn't have much time to really book earlier, and they ended up coming out quite expensively. But I'm happy to say that we are coming out to have elegance in the spaces we are trying to come up with. So the boat will be a dinner cruise. That's why we are coming in with that kind of cover, because we have a dinner on board, and then there is lots of entertainment on the cruise. And after the cruise, we'll come back to our hotel, and then the next day on Sunday, we're going to have a ballroom experience, which will also have a dinner in the main hall in the main hall, and lots of deliberations also in that on our final day, which will also involve a number of guest speakers, and eventually awards will be given. We will also have some kind of entertainment on that same day, and we expect our leader to grace the day.
Wow, very, very powerful, very interesting event upcoming. To you in Subuga, Massachusetts, why are you celebrating? We don't see the NRM celebrating, yet they are in power. So why are you celebrating as NUP? Is there a cause to celebrate? Because we are seeing you advertising, lots of artists, lots of fun happening on these boat cruises and all this. Is there a cause to celebrate while you still have all these gruesome things happening, political prisoners? A while ago we were speaking about the kidnaps of Lumbuye and others, and we are also, Derek here, your fellow panelist has been talking about the 25th, you having a demonstration. Aren't you contradicting yourselves and mixing up things here? You are demonstrating in New York, and then you're coming back to celebrate. Very briefly, why are you celebrating as NUP? And then why are you demonstrating in New York? Very briefly.
Thank you very much, David. No one is celebrating. Having music in our programs, music and Africa are two sides of the same coin. You cannot detach entertainment from Africans. Apparently, like David said, the main theme or intent of this retreat is basically and mainly rejuvenating our souls, our zeal towards getting our victory back and setting Uganda free. So all that together, we need to come together as a team, as the diaspora, and talk about a few things, see how best we can push our way forward, what we needs to be done. We need to get to the drawing plan. But you cannot have 3 full days of people together without any bit of entertainment. Actually, I think that's why the saying that work without play makes Jack a dull boy. So we don't want to bore our comrades from around the globe because we are too serious talking about what matters to this revolution, and because we are also too busy demanding for the whereabouts of our comrades. We need to get to the drawing board and plan accordingly. I think that's what sustainability means. We need to plan, and we cannot plan on Zoom meetings. We have Zoom meetings, we've had them since before, during, and after elections. And I think it's high time we as the diaspora come together. And this is my call to fellow comrades in the diaspora. If you're still thinking about whether I should come or not, please make it a point, because this is part of the process as we look forward to regaining our victory and getting freedom for Uganda as a whole. So, like Derek said, on the first day we shall be in New York protesting. Then on the next day we shall fall back to Boston, and then we shall have the programs run. But one thing I have to emphasize is we are not celebrating. No, we are not celebrating. We are not there. We are here to rejuvenate ourselves, our efforts towards liberating Uganda as a whole and regaining our victory. But we cannot prolong the 2 days without entertainment. And like I said, entertainment and Africans, they are two sides of the same coin. Thank you very much, David.
Oh, thank you so much, Tony. So before I let you go, what are you doing as leaders and chapters, different chapters? What have you done to see that this event becomes a success? What are some of the activities happening in the different chapters, if you know?
Thank you very much, David. Now, as chapters, we have a very big role to play in this retreat. All chapters are supposed to push for registration, ensure that their members register for this retreat. And we've had picnics around the different chapters, but allow me, David, to be specific to my chapter. As through our leader, Karim Muntambi, we've had picnics, we've had Zoom meetings where we've encouraged our members to register. And I'm very grateful to report to the retreat committee that members have picked interest and more are still coming on board. We already have a good number on board, and we're expecting more to come in, to keep coming in. That's what chapters really do in this process, encouraging and getting as many people register for the event as possible. Thank you very much, David.
Thank you so much. The number to call on is 978-413-6249. You can feel free right now in this segment right now to call and ask any questions, be part of this conversation. Yeah, so Derek, as we are waiting for the callers to come through, do you think that Ugandans in the diaspora could really make something? Do you think this could be a birth of a new Uganda Impia? Do you think this could be the catalyst to this new Uganda that you have been talking about all along?
Yes, thank you so much for that wonderful question, David. It's true, we have done all we've done in a scientific manner. We have had several Zoom calls, meetings, and we have gone out to people. We've had several campaigns on our several campaigns on in a scientific manner, because this was in the times of COVID. We had to give our people the benefit of the doubt that we are not robots. You know, tuli bantu balamu. So we need to come together to even see ourselves, to find ourselves. Who are we? You know, tukwatagane, tukolagane. You know, twagala tubeere nti no retreat ene yongera okuyamba abantu baffe okumanya ani yaani twekuŋŋaanyiza mu mbeera ya mangu nnyo because you remember omukulu omu yali tayagala ne campaign ezibeerewo naye twesanga nga tulina okuziteekawo so that abantu baffe tubatuukirira bamanye ki kye twogerako mu mbeera ya Uganda naye ate bwe kijja wano mu America twali tulina okubeera ne diaspora yonna entirely twali tulina abantu bakuŋŋaanyiza ku masimu mu mbeera ya scientific mu ekyo twesanga nti no covid ate bwakakkanamukko twetaaga tubeere nti abantu baffe baddamu okumanya ani yaani then ebirowoozo byaffe tuddemu tubigabane bwe tumala okugabana ebirowoozo byaffe tugendeko ate mu mbeera y'oku strategizinga tuva tutya wano we tuli tweyongereyo awaddako twakuba obululu legitimacy tugirina twawangula era bwe tukwata obululu bwaffe ne tubugattagatta tuli bawanguzi n'oyo agamba nti yawangula tasobola tulaga ngeri ki gye yawangulamu wabula okwewa obuwi figures nti nawangula kati kye twagala kyeki bwe tumala okumiitinga twagala tumanye strategies kize tugenda okuteekawo zituyamba okubeera nti n'obuwanguzi bwaffe bwe tutannaba kwerabira tubuteeka mu nkola buli muntu n'abeera ng'abwenyumirizaamu kubanga bannayuganda baalonda omukulembeze gwe baali baagala ng'era ye Robert Kyagulanyi Ssentamu omuntu ali eyo wa NRM ayinza okulowooza nti oba twekubya yaka naye gy'ataamanyira kalulu gye kaava era gy'atajja kumanyira how mbeera gyegenda kukyukamu era nga meetings zaffe zino nga retreat ze zigenda otuyambamu okubeera nti twongera okutuula awamu tulabe nteekateeka ki gye tugenda okuba nga tuteekawo of which we already know what we can do naye nga twetaaga okuŋŋaanya ebirowoozo byaffe byonna tubigatte wamu buli muntu amanye ki kye tuzzaako.
Thank you so much. Dear viewers, you can be free to call. The number again is on the screen rolling, 978-413-6249. If you have any questions for Tony or for Derek, don't hesitate to call and be part of the conversation. Derek,
yes.
Who have you invited? I like the way when you speak in Luganda, the people back home can really sip the message in. So be free. Who have you invited? Who are some of the guests that people should look out to really, who should we expect?
But guests banji nnyo. We really have a number of guests. Like you know, there are so many change-seeking people, not only in Uganda, but in Africa. I think it's still a trend that many of the leaders want to think that no one can think like them or be like them or do what they are doing. So we have a couple of guests. Unfortunately, I'm not right now in a position to list all the names right now or to give you their names because one, there are issues of COVID. We want to be with really a couple of people, but COVID has become also a problem because you see CDC is changing the COVID rules every now and then, and also other countries are getting on the blacklisted radar, on the red zone. So we are working together to see if by the time we release these numbers, kituufu nti ba guests baffe bagenda kubeera nga bakola ki batwegattako naye bwe kijja
most especially on the entertainment industry. I saw a lot of entertainment, flyers, people, artists and celebrities.
Yes.
Who do we have?
So in Uganda, banji betuleeta era betwagala babeerewo. Naye nga bwe nkugambye era ku kintu kya COVID naddala ku bantu baffe abava Uganda nti embassy ya America yaggalawo era kyamukisa mu bintu bannayuganda tugenda kusobola kubeera nga tubalaba bangi nnyo nga batwegattako olw'okuba nti nno tetulina control ku embassy bw'ebanga eggaddewo kubanga kati embassy right now cateringa only for emergency cases. Emergency nga mulinza okubeeramu obulwadde, someone needs treatment in America, oba it's really an emergency business deal that they need to crack, oba abasoma ngabo, oba mbalala nga government ebatumye ku special duties. So right now abayimbi abava Uganda tulina list gye tulina betuteeramu okulaba nti no basobola okutwegattako naye bwe baba tebannatuuka ne wano tulina package namba ejjudde.
Tell us about some of the names that
right now here in US tulina abayimbi abawerera ddala nga tutandikira n'omukulu tulina General Megadi okuva e California mwetegefu twegattako. Tulina Naila Ali oyo naye mwetegefu nnyo okutwegattako. Tulina omwami Kapalaga gwe tumanyi owaffe owawa ne Boston mwetegefu naye okuba omuziki okunyumisiza okuba omuziki abantu. Tulina omuyimbi owaffe ow'omunda Bruno oyo naye mwetegefu okutukuba omuziki. Then tulina omuyimbi omulala bamuyita Carios oyo naye ali ready okubeera nga atukuba omuziki. Tulina mwami Sava Karim mwetegefu tukuba omuziki. Abayimbi webali tulina Ronnie Banton bayimbi webali bangi nnyo okwegamba ffe tujja okugamba nti awolekera awo tusanyuse nnyo. Naye nga abayimbi webali bangi nnyo abagenda okuyambako omukolo guno okubeera nti nno gubeeramu that bit of entertainment. Wabuuzizza ku kibuuzo ky'okubeera nti nno tu demonstratinga ate ne tubeera nga tuyingizaamuko ne ku mbeera y'omuziki.
Very briefly because
very briefly weesanga nti nno ne mu war zone bakozesa nnyimba okwemotivatinga. N'abayeekera bennyini bafunamu akadde ojjukira Sergeant Kifulugunyu omulimu gwe gwalinga gwa kumotivatinga abantu era obalaba ennyimba ezo zonna kabebeere buno obukulembeze obwa NRM bwe bwali bujjamu NRA bwe bwali bujjamu obukulembeze baalinga emyaka 5 si myangu kubeera mu nsiko. We saluted them for that naye ate they have abused our welcome. You know, so kati twesanga nti nno music tetusobola kumujja mu kifaananyi ky'okubeera nti nno tukunga abantu. Buli lwobeera nga okuŋŋaanya abantu awamu weetaaga okubeera ng'olina engeri gy'oba motivatingamu okusigala nti nno mutambulira wamu nga abantu abalina ebigendererwa ebyawamu.
Lastly, talk about the feeding and the accommodation. Is there going to be food? How are people going to be catered for? The hospitality, how is it going to be?
Hospitality, I just want to say it is going to be the most elegant. We want to see the elegant ambience. Fe tuli mu America unfortunately nti yadde tuli mu mbeera ey'eggwanga lyaffe nga liri mu kunyigirizibwa naye ffe ate Katonda bye yawandako eddusu ne tubeera nga tubuukako okuva mu mbeera ey'embi ate bwe tujja mu America tusobola okubeera nga ate tuteekawo kyonna kye tusobodde kye twetaaga okuteekawo kubanga wano mu America bw'oyagala ekintu ojja kiteekawo nga bw'oyagala okiteekawo tetulina limitations. So tugenda kuteekawo embeera nga mu butuufu eri American like tugenda kutambulira mu style elegance ebyo tubisobola naturally bwe tubeera mu America wano. Ate naffe abategesi twagala ku bintu ebirungi ebintu ebiyonjo ebirabika obulungi omuntu ajje ng'awulira nti mu butuufu azze ku mukolo ogwaba na Uganda naye ate abalongooseemu era ba guests baffe baba bazze bamanye nti nno bazze mu America. So bwe kijja ku kyemmere mmere nnungi nnyo abantu bonna abalinamu obweraliikirivu eyo ebigambo ebimu feedback njiwulira naye emmere ejja kubanga egabibwa hotel tetugenda kugaba mmere eva wa muntu. So every Ugandan who is coming just come rest assured that we have enough scrutiny on whatever we are doing and everything that we do will be safe. We are trying to ensure that safety comes first on everything that we do. Era security egenda kubeera y'amaanyi era abantu abali eyo nga muli mikwano gya bakama baffe oba mikwano gyaffe abamu tusaba mubeere ng'era mwegendereza engeri gye mukolamu approach kubanga ojja kwesanga nga maybe owa security gw'otamanyi alina engeri gy'akuttemu olw'enneeyisaayo gy'oba weeyisizaamu. So twagala tukubiriza abantu baffe bambi mubeere nga mweyisa bulungi mu ngeri eri respectful tusobole ate okubeera nga tunyumirwa omukolo.
Yeah, and Nsubuga, your final message and call to the people in the diaspora, different chapters, your final message, motivate them, tell them to come to this retreat.
Thank you very much, David, and thank you very much, Derek, for being part of this show. My final remarks to the members in the diaspora is that I've said this once and I'll repeat it. The power to change the destination and the direction of Uganda, our country, is in our hands. And therefore, I called on you guys that whatever program comes up that is in the direction of pushing forward and the revolution further, it should be our priority. We should always take center stage in ensuring that these programs and interventions really succeed. We are talking about the program of 24th, 25th, and 26th. That is the retreat. We know, like Derek said, there are feedbacks coming around about this event, but I want to encourage us, please, let's make sure to be there. Like he said, everything is under control. I don't know much about that, but I believe this is America, and as that institution, the hosting institution, is not ready to lose the credibility of its services. So let's give them a benefit of the doubt and ensure that we show up and play our roles, because the revolution is our own, and it doesn't end at merely fundraising, mobilizing, but we also need to see ourselves. We need to know who is doing what and who is best where. So I want to encourage all of us. Fortunately, I've already made my registration, and I'm proud I did. I want to encourage everyone, all the members of the diaspora, please, especially those in the United States, because you won't require a COVID. You won't be limited to where you will go. I'm very sure we can go there and make our contribution heard. We need our voices heard, and we need to make sure that our leaders get to know what we feel. And unless we go to the retreat, surely you can't make a great impact in your living room, in your on your deck, or whatever. So let's make this retreat our priority and make sure to go there in big numbers, raise our voice like we have always done. Thank you very much, David.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Tony. Tony, very, very wonderful message from you. And Derek, your final remarks and you also tell the people about the demonstration of Tuesday.
Yes. Thank you so much, David. Final remarks. Registrations are ongoing for the event.
Yeah.
We have a number of people interested. This is really, it's been a very easy task for us to do, because we are selling something that is sellable.
Do you have a theme color, something like a theme color?
We intend, for example, now with the boat, we intend to use our 3 NUP People Power colors, red, blue, and white. Mm-hmm. So on the boat, you can don elegantly. It's a dinner cruise. Oh. So we expect some bit of elegancy on the boat. Yes, we have been in the struggle. We've put on our t-shirts, Free Bobby Wine, and all that kind of stuff. But this time we are coming out as people living in America on a dinner cruise. So I invite everyone to come donned in your...
Hold that thought. We get just one caller and let's hear what they have to say.
Sure.
Hello?
Hello?
Yes, we can hear you. This is your voice.
Yeah, thank you so much, Mr. Deputy Chiravira. Thank you, Mr. Slogan. Thank you, Mr. Mobiru, for your input in the struggle. My name is Regina, based in Massachusetts. And my question goes specifically to Mr. Mobiru Derek. It's about Mr. Lombuye. I would like to know if you guys have reported the case to the Turkish police, because there is no you can start looking for a missing person before reporting to the concerned police. And many of us have been asking ourselves that question. That question has been going around, people asking themselves, have you reported that case to police, or are you just going to Turkey and start looking for somebody without even informing the police, the concerned police, like where the guy was staying. I think he was staying in Istanbul. So have you guys made an effort to report the case to police? That is my question. Thank you so much, Mr. David.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Regina, for that wonderful question. Can you answer that very briefly, Mr. Derek?
Sure, I'll really answer that really quick because it's one of the things we've been working on in the past week. At first, it was really tight, and we were also, I would say, hoodwinked by this purported lawyer who claimed to be representing Lumbuye, but in a way that is more comic, and it didn't really show us any kind of professionalism in executing the duties. So we took almost about 2 to 3 weeks into that hullabaloo of not knowing exactly what to do. But after finding out and having the resources, we figured it out that we need to go into the right process. And the right process was to ensure that we report a case, which we already did, and also having legitimate lawyers that would also see if they can follow up on this case, and having some private kind of investigations, which are also ongoing. And a report will come out. Unfortunately, this time we're not going to be on camera all the time with what we're doing, because we have been, in a way, kind of taken for a ride for a few people, which we do not understand if they are looking for money to con us or are trying to misrepresent themselves or for who they are. But all that will be found out and we will come back to you. But a case being registered in Turkey, yes, that has been done.
Wow, thank you so much, Derek. As you wind up on the retreat.
Yes, as I wind up on the retreat, like I said, registrations are still ongoing. We have enough numbers right now for us to continue doing what we have to do, because these numbers, any event is about numbers.
Yeah.
And we already have these numbers. So we are just having space for a few more, because we understand people power really has lots of people with interest, and we are trying to create space for them. Otherwise, for what we have today, like I said, this is a hot cake to sell, and it's really very smooth to deliver, which we are doing. We are trying to do our best to make sure that it's the best presentation one can ever see in their lifetime. It's going to be one of the kind that it will set a precedent for the next events to come up. We're not sure if there is any other that will be better than this, but we will do our best, and not just to give hopes high, but we want to be sure that we are presenting to you one of the best. So looking at that, we have the hotel deal for people who want to stay at the hotel. We made some kind of negotiation to have people stay during that time at the hotel at a discounted price, which is about $140 minus taxes. So we encourage everyone to sign up with a hotel. You just mention People Power. If you called in, you mention People Power UG. But we would like you to go register with a hotel or book with a hotel after registering with us. Because if you're not registered with us, I myself with a team will reconcile with who has been registered, reserved at the hotel, and what we have in our list of those who have registered. But this hotel has until September 3rd, which will be Friday next week. Yeah. So whoever wants to be to stay at the hotel during these events should be able to do this within this week that we are left with. So please, colleagues, comrades out there, if you want to really stay at the hotel, register with us and then go also reserve your space at the hotel. The hotel is open from the 22nd up to the 30th if you want to stay longer at the hotel with the same rate. And this rate will give you either a room of a king bed or a double room of queen beds. A double bedroom with queen beds. So it's up to you. If you are two that want to pool resources, you can as well do that. And also the hotel provides us with room to have babies with our own selected babysitters. That will come with an extra fee, so we encourage everyone to register who is registering. Please make sure you let us know if you have babies, you want your kids to be part of this. We encourage babies, kids, not actually babies, kids from the age of 5. Otherwise, as parents, I'm sure you wouldn't want to bring your baby at a younger age at such an environment.
Wow.
So, and on that, we also request some kind of donations for people who really feel they can be part of or they cannot be there. Please, you can donate to us. You can go to our portal, which I think is running. I'll check in with the producer, which is running on your screen. Please check in, which is also, I can read it to you, www.nup-diaspora1.com/event, which can help you to register for the retreat. Again, register for the protest transportation. Again, register for the boat cruise. And again, donate. If you want to donate to this event, to be part of this event in a way of donation, please go ahead and select the give or donate bar on the portal. So, and lastly, I wanted to mention is that we also have some kind of merchandise there for people who are interested in merchandise from People Power and NUP, like berets, like this one I'm donning right now. Those who would want capes, those who would want t-shirts, masks, and all that kind of thing. So we encourage everyone to come through and register, get there. Please don't miss this elegant, beautiful event, and also to have some time with our big sharks, I should mention.
Thank you so much, yes. Derek Mobiru. Thank you. Nice having you ever on the show, and I think we will have you again.
Sure.
We have dedicated this episode and maybe some episodes coming forward to this retreat because it's very, very important to us as NUP. So we just want to appreciate you so much, viewers. Because of time, we cannot exhaust everything today, but we will bring Derek and Tony and many other leaders in the NUP to come and clarify on these issues. Thank you so much, Nsubuga Tony from Washington. We appreciate you so much for being on the call and on the program. Thanks to our producers, Sean and Hammond. You're doing a great job, and thank you. Oh, my one and only co-host, Judy, and my editor, Ethel. Thank you, everyone, for loving your voice. Let's keep tweeting. Let's be there on the demo this Tuesday. What's the address? Where are the people coming to?
We are heading to the Turkish embassy, consulate in Boston. I don't have the address on me.
So
but
what's
I guess,
the meeting place?
The meeting place will be our church here at St. Mary's Church in Waltham.
In
Waltham. That's where we will start. We normally, we've done this very early in the morning at around 9 a.m. so that we can take off at 10. We do what we have to do to give some room for people who want to go to work later in the evening. But we want our message to be received very well. So we have a detailed document. This time we want clear instructions on what we want from, or our expectations from the embassy of Turkey and the ambassador. And we are going to have some kind of deliberation, at the same time a protest. They had us last time. Members, please come through. Let's go and they hear us again.
Wow, thank you so much. And on behalf of me and the team, we want to say good night. Thank you.